It's coming to. Now we have to work fast.
Oh. Good heavens. Where am I at? In Pasadena?
Hey, don't worry. You're in a graveyard.
A graveyard? Good heavens. Here, get away from that tree.
I think there's somebody coming. Yes, it's my sister, the vampira. Here.
Don't dig your own hole, will you? Good heavens. Oh, good heavens. Even Earl Wilson couldn't get me out of this. Say, didn't I meet you in a hardware store trying on brooms?
We're wasting our precious time. I have to prepare the laboratory. Oh, it's so wonderful a night for an operation. The moon is full.
Here, stop that. That ain't a real moon. Sam put that up there. Stop it, will you? You'll have every dog in the neighborhood over here.
You'll watch him. I open the laboratory. Come.
Would you like to go out with me after you're dead?
Would I like to go out with you? Now's your chance to send the kids out of the room. Yeah, I think you're very attractive. I love your eyebrows. But I'll have you know that I'm personally acquainted with Boris Karloff and the Andrews sisters. I don't even know you. I haven't been introduced yet. I don't go out with strangers, you know.
I'm Vampira, the ghoul.
Well, I'm Clem, the coward.
I like you.
You do?
Yes, you're just my type.
You mean I'm breathing?
A red-blooded American boy.
Yeah. This is a physical impossibility.
Why don't you invite me over sometime when you cut yourself shaving?
Oh, let's not get sickening about it. Look, I don't even... You better get home. It's getting late. Why don't you go? Where do you live, anyhow?
Here.
Here? Well, I like the way you keep your lawn.
Tell me,
Oh, pardon me.
do you think I'm
Pull up a shroud and sit down. What's that?
Do you think I'm attractive?
Well, you have your point, yeah. I like your schoolgirl complexion. How old are you, anyhow?
I'm 614 years old.
600 and how much?
14.
That's the awkward age. Hey, I know what we could do with you. Boy, Ralph Edwards could do This Was Your Life.
Darling,
My call.
This won't hurt a bit.
What? What you gonna do? Are you... Are you kidding?
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday night Scream Stream mini-sode. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
How we doing tonight, Evan?
We're good. We're kind of cold, actually. It's kind of a chill in the air tonight.
Definitely the evenings have been getting pretty chilly. Not,
Yeah,
not
I've got a blanket in my lap like I'm Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
oh my god, that's might be too soon for that joke. That's
I
but
know. I'm sure his legs were cold.
well, I mean, no way he had a lot of meat on there. I mean, for obvious reasons. Welcome. I hope everybody's coming in from the cold tonight, wherever you are. We're gonna warm you up tonight with a couple of spooks and scares for just this wonderful brisk Shocktober evening. We are in the heart of spooky season. Halloween is right around the corner. I hope that everybody's got their costumes and their candy, and I hope everybody's getting ready for whatever parties or shenanigans you've got lined up. Hopefully, you have stuff lined up. I mean,
Yeah, hopefully you have friends, audience.
hopefully, yeah. I mean, it would be kind of, I mean, hey, well, we're all
It's
friends
okay.
here,
We're here for you
virtual.
if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, if you don't worry. We're gonna be doing plenty of stuff over here on the show on Halloween day, Halloween night. So if you don't have anything to do, like, subscribe, come over here. We'll have plenty for you to do. And yeah,
Halloween party never stops on the screen.
it really doesn't. Every show is a Halloween party here. We are. I mean, again, I'm just relishing this time of year. I mean, we are coming in like just blazing into the final week of season 7 of Shocktober. This Wednesday, this Friday, it's the last Wednesday and Friday of the month. So it also happens to be our last Wednesday and Friday of season 7 stream. So we're gonna be really, between those 2 days and Halloween, like we said, we're gonna be doing stuff over here, and then Saturday we'll have some nice spooky entertainment lined up for you, which I'll tease at the end of the show. So again, this is your one-stop shop. Scream Stream is your one-stop shop for all your public domain horror needs. We got cartoons, TV, movies, we got it all. But tonight we are concluding what has been a really, really complex anthology horror series, more complex than the other ones that we've watched before this anyway. And we've watched 2. This is our 3rd horror anthology TV show. We've watched One Step Beyond and The Veil, which was hosted by Boris Karloff, and we're on our last 2 episodes of 13 Demon Street, hosted by Lon Chaney Jr. And I gotta say, I'm sad to be at the final 2 episodes. It's really, I wish this was one of those that could have gone on for at least 3 seasons, even 2, I mean,
I know.
give me more.
We've got our final crimes tonight.
So if you haven't been keeping up with us on Wednesday nights, this anthology series basically focuses on Lon Chaney Jr.'s nameless character, highlighting a different crime in the search for one that will be more heinous than his own, so that he'll be released from whatever kind of purgatory he's in. So each week he's looking at some gruesome crime, but and we don't find out or at least we haven't found out what I don't think we will find out what he did. But supposedly it must have been pretty bad. None of these crimes have quite matched up to it. But we've had a pretty wide range of crimes in terms of the range of severity, right? And
I feel like most of them have ended up just being murder. I suspect tonight's might be as well, just from the title. But
remember,
a lot of different kinds of murder.
Not sure if you remember this, Evan, but we are actually doubling up tonight. We have two final episodes of 13 Demon Street. You know, double the terror. I mean, come on. We got to kick off the conclusion of 13 Demon Street right. So we're going to do it big with 2 episodes. Just like
so we have 2 chances to top our current crime to beat.
Right. With 2 more crimes, man. Yep, not just one. So we got murder, and then I haven't sent you the second episode yet. I can't remember what the title.
That one's got to be a surprise.
I'll leave you guessing, so you don't think you've got it all figured out just yet. Yes, you really think I'm wearing hairspray, Sylarn? Well, joke's on you. I don't use. I use like one kind of product in my hair. That's it. I don't spray, nothing like that. It's very minimal. Not like to get too crazy with it. Sylarn's in the chat. Thank you, Sylarn, for joining us. Glad you're here with us tonight as we break into these final 2 episodes. So we'll see how these crimes, this is how heinous they can get. And I won't dance around it too long because we got 2 episodes to get into. So, I mean, anything before we get into it, Evan?
So we've got 2 chances to beat the current what would you say, the record holder, whoever, the person in the lead, the crime in the lead.
Yeah.
Top
crime. Hey, let's be fair. Let's say the top 3. We'll recognize the top 3 crimes, right? We'll do like the Olympics. We'll do a podium.
Do we have a third? I know we've got like a top 2 kind of going right now, because we've got our most heinous crime and our most interesting crime.
Right. Yeah. Last week, if you missed that, we were parsing out the kind of the difference between what's like actually a heinous crime as fits, what Lon Chaney Jr. is looking for versus just what's interesting or personally subjective to me.
Philosophical debate about the nature of crime and how if your crime is more interesting, you get less prison time. I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, if you're a big like media celebrity, you become get a lot of publicity in the process. You can kind of whittle some time away. You kind of weasel your way out of that. People like a murderer celebrity. Unfortunately, we don't promote murder celebrities, but everybody knows, especially the one everybody thinks of first, and it's, I don't even have to tell you, except it's just 2 letters. So there you go. So murder is pretty.
So that's gonna be the last episode of 13 Demon Street.
Yeah, it's gonna get really grisly. So we'll try to, make sure to give you a warning or so. No, we'll see just how just how interesting these murders can get. I mean, we've had somebody murdered by a vine in this show. Okay, so
we've had plant murder.
We've had plant murders, so we don't rule anything out. Anything could happen in these final 2 episodes. So very excited.
Have we said the title tonight's
the
first episode?
No, the title of tonight's episode is Murder in the Mirror. So nice little. Have we had some? Maybe not in 13 Demon Street, but we had like murders in mirrors on some show or something that we watched.
I don't know that we've had any.
Am I thinking of that episode of The Veil where there were multiple episodes of The Veil where people looked into a reflective surface and saw a crime or
I guess, well, that's true. We had the one where he looked like through a crystal ball.
Yeah, and then there was the one where the guy, like, he was looking like a pan of water and he saw like his brother's murder. So I don't know. I maybe didn't with this one, wasn't it? The guy was looking through the telescope telescope. It wasn't the telescope of death. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah. I mean, that could be mirrors depending on what kind of telescope it is.
Kind of, not far off. So seems to be a kind of a go-to storyline, you know, looking in some kind of reflective surface to see a crime. So we'll see just how heinous this murder is. Anything before we get into it, Evan?
I think I'm ready.
All right. Well, Silent, I can't believe that you can say that in the chat. That's wild to me. Obviously, all filters are off. All right. Well, Evan, if you have it queued up,
I do.
and we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of 13 Demon Street Murder in the Mirror right now. I'm going to warn you, Evan. I've been having trouble. My ad blocker went away, basically. So if an ad pops up during this for me, just bear with, and everyone out there, just bear with me.
I think we're all going through the same thing, right?
Oh,
now.
is it okay? I wasn't sure if I was the only one or not.
It's some YouTube thing this past week.
Okay.
They're clamping down.
Clamping down. We can talk all we want, Silar, and this is our show. OMG, I gotta edit that source. That's gonna drive me bonkers.
Windy here on Demons.
It is, yeah. It's definitely windier than usual. For sure. Oh, it's just the credits. Let me just fix this real quick.
Number 13, Demons.
There we go. I fixed it.
To suffer on this earth forever as a punishment for my crime. It is said that no greater outrage was ever committed by any mortal. But should I find a crime more terrible than mine, my punishment will end.
And they're just gonna...
Now you come with me.
There he is. Briefly, ever so briefly.
To Rome.
Ah,
to
Rome.
Martinelli.
This studio hasn't brought luck to anybody ever. I'm glad you're getting out of here. And who'd ever find you here in the back of the garden? You should have a shop on the Via Veneto.
Shop on the Via Veneto? I can't even pay the few lira for this place.
Mm.
The priest told me I should bring you to church, and then he'll help drive out the devil, which prevents you from having good luck.
Who really believes in this kind of witchcraft?
Oh, Father Valerio's proven he
devil.
can drive out bad luck. Do you remember Flavio? Everything went wrong with him until he went to church, and Father Valerio got rid of the demons.
Oh, we got a little exorcism story going on? That'd be fun. Yes, can't you tell how Italian they are, Silar?
This is the 20th century, Serafina, not the Middle Ages.
What is that statue? Oh my god.
Times don't
Did he
change.
steal that from church?
It
Where did he
looks
get
like
something
it.
like
The truth doesn't change either. If you believe, you'll be saved. That's all that's necessary, to believe.
I don't even believe I can find a few lira to pay for a small room.
I'm making enough. You can sleep on the sofa in the living room
Bro,
For
do
how
it.
long?
until you find a job and you can rent the shop on the Via Veneto.
Bro,
Then
she's
we'll get
setting you
married.
up. Go for it.
Tonio, why Why don't you let Father Valerio help you? I'm sure somebody's cast the evil eye on you. Father Valerio can get rid of the bad spell. Please, Fabio.
I don't
Ooh.
believe in witchcraft.
She getting angry.
I don't believe in the evil eye and demons. All I believe in is a job. Then I'll prove how good I am.
You don't want to be helped. Come tonight for dinner. If I don't see you, I'll die.
I love you. You know why?
Yes, because Mother is a good cook.
Mm.
Right.
Well, they're in Italy. Everybody's mother's a good cook, right?
No, don't kiss me again. It isn't good for me.
Uh-oh. It isn't good for her.
Why not?
Well, it heats me up too much.
Whoa.
I gotta go.
Yeah, this is getting pretty hot and heavy, Silar.
I won't.
Okay. Creepy guy.
Creepy.
Come in. The door's open.
Oh yeah, super creep.
Signor Antonio Martinelli.
I was looking for an architect, a man who could also furnish a house for me. And I saw your sign on the garden door.
I was just rearranging my office. What can I do for you, Signor?
Ottokar Potosi. Count Ottokar Potosi. You may be able to help me.
Autocar.
Hmm.
Obviously
I
the
have a
devil.
request which might be in your line.
Well, we'll see.
I did those
good
designs
news.
for an ultra-modern house. I always say an architect doesn't need to live in the house he's building.
It isn't about building a house. It isn't about architecture at all.
No.
I want you to find certain objects. You must know every antique dealer in Rome.
I know some.
Why would he know every
room.
antique dealer in Rome?
Once
Yeah,
existed.
architects.
Its furniture has been
Antique
sold,
dealers.
dispersed, disappeared. I want you to find it. Especially the mirror.
I'm glad you didn't ask me to find a lady. A woman of such beauty is rare.
Uh-oh.
I'll try to find you the furniture, sir.
And the mirror, Signor
Peter,
Martinelli.
yeah, it does kind of look like
I
Peter
don't care so
Cushing.
much about the chairs and tables. It is the mirror.
Of course, that will be difficult and time-consuming and costly.
Don't worry about the expense. You will be well paid for your time and effort. You may use freely the money you find in that envelope. But I must have the mirror.
I'll do my best. But where can I get in touch with you?
I shall be back when you have found the mirror.
This is like a scam.
Yeah, definitely. Just some random guy comes up to your door like, all right, I need you to find a mirror. It's like, you know what this is? It's like the Big Lebowski. Some random person comes up to your door is like, hey, I need you to solve this thing for me. You're like, why me? How am I qualified to help you with this problem?
The devil is going to piss on this man's rug.
That's right. We've cracked the code. That is definitely more heinous than anything that's happened on
the
this show
crime.
so far.
That might get both most interesting and most heinous.
I think it does.
You're speaking to a man
It
who
definitely
cannot
does.
Come in. What can I do for you?
Oh, show me an overstuffed couch made of down and very, very comfortable.
Couch.
Yes, to lie on. Tonio is dragging me tonight through every antique shop.
Make yourself at home, signorina.
Wow, she really did just make herself at home. Really, too quick, if you ask me.
Anything, as long as I don't need to get up.
Yeah, Silarn, this is Mussolini's antique dealer.
Have a look at this old photo, Monty.
A room?
I must find the furniture on this photo, especially the mirror.
A Strozzi chair, a refractory table.
That's a forehead,
Florentine
yeah.
candle holder, 16th century. Those I have.
The Venetian mirror.
Which guy's
the mirror.
forehead?
Yes, Venetian.
They both have big foreheads.
17th
I mean, obviously the one guy's bald,
About,
so
2 meters high, gold frame. The design, late Renaissance.
You have it?
What do you need it for?
uh-oh.
yourself?
What would I do with a monstrous thing like that? A client came to me. He wants to furnish a room exactly as you see it here.
Client.
What is his name?
Count Otakar Potosi. Now, does this help us find the mirror? Do you know him?
No. But I remember the name.
All right, so you remember. Do you remember where I can find the thing?
What makes you so sure the mirror still exists?
Don't be hedging around. Just
World's
because I happen to want a
longest
mirror
forehead?
like that doesn't make it a priceless treasure.
Just because I happen to like you, Signor Tonio, and your beautiful young signorina. Come with me.
You know this guy's also up to no good.
Potosi's mirror? How did you get it? I've been in your shop dozens of times. I never saw it.
You never looked for it, Signor Tonio.
I can't believe it.
You
You
are
should have
not.
come to
You
me in
are.
the first place before
Yeah,
you
you
shopped
are
around.
not
I
going
once bought
bald.
many pieces from Count Potosi's home. This was one of them.
I can't get that tarnish off. Look, it must have been standing in the rain.
The man wanted a mirror. He didn't say it had to be clean.
Wait, what? It's all nasty,
care
dirty?
if it
With
works or
3
not, I
times
just
fur
won't
on
mirror.
another's brow, and death entrenched preparing his assault.
Got a
How
gross
few
mirror.
themselves in just that
Yeah, you
mirror.
better clean that thing off.
Hello?
What? They having a party?
Oh, Count Potosi. May I congratulate you, sir? I found the mirror. Oh, I bought it. It's here in my studio. Why don't you come over? Soon? Well, anytime, anytime.
Ding!
Thank you, Count Potosi.
Wow, that was quick.
Count Potosi.
Oh, I'd like to meet him. Is he rich? You should have asked him to bring a few bottles of Asti.
He'll be here any moment. Let's clean up.
Well, if he's a good guest, he will
I'm very
just
curious as to what he looks
bring
You'll meet him later.
some housewarming
He's so
wine or
excited.
something.
What's all the mystery about?
Do me a favor and get out, will you, and quickly?
Kicking them all out?
Party's over.
Wow. Bummer. I rang
You don't have
ahead.
to go home, but you can't stay here.
That couple's just about to dance out the door. Yep, look at that.
What's the matter, Tony?
I'll see you tomorrow.
You don't love me.
Please, no argument. Not now.
I don't know if I have time for you tomorrow.
Please, no scene tonight.
Come on, Serafina. Good night.
Wait, what?
Everybody out, including you.
Even you. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Come on, that's a terrible place to take a commercial break. Oh, here we go.
I couldn't wait to see you. What do you want me to do? Spend my life waiting?
Oh, wait, I'm sure it will, Sideline.
I can't live without you, Elena. If he ever finds out, you needn't worry about him. Come with me, just as you are. Leave everything behind.
No, Mario, I can't.
But you're in love with me.
No, no, Mario.
I was waiting for this moment.
Oh, no, Mario, he will kill you. I know he will.
No.
That's the wardrobe of death. Don't hide in there.
Elena.
didn't expect you tonight. I was going to bed.
I changed my plans. I want to spend the evening with you.
I'm tired, Otto. I have a headache. Please excuse me.
Even with pain in your face, you're beautiful. Perhaps more beautiful. Forgetting you are my wife.
Please.
You go to bed.
I will.
Good night.
Sideburns, man. I need to. That's what I need to do. I need to just start rocking the sideburns.
You need rest.
That's the luck.
Good night, Elena. Or would you perhaps like a hand of piquet? It is early.
A hand of what? Oh, some kind of cards.
It is too early.
Yes, I'd like to play, but only a very few minutes. Only one hand.
Only one hand of PK? What even is PK? Just glaring at him.
Why are you so nervous, my love? You're pale and trembling.
I don't feel like playing. Come with me.
Your fervor, dear, is enchanting and flattering. Do you really love me?
Yes, I do, yes.
That's what this is, Sylar. This is the Shadow Realm.
I didn't know any more if you were my wife. But now all that seems to have changed.
I have my moods, Otto. Please forgive me.
And now your mood is to love me.
It isn't a mood. I'm your wife.
You know, I'm a jealous man. My jealousy knows no limits. It might be conceit that I don't want to be made a fool of by my wife. Or it might be that I love her.
And they're really drawing this out. We know what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Gonna fill a little air
I will
time
never
here.
forgive you. Never.
Open up.
Uh-oh. Hey, I think there's something wrong with this mirror. I think it's defective.
Hello, Serafina?
Tonio.
Yes, it's me. Serafina.
Tonio, are you all right?
Yes, but the mirror.
What is it?
It's alive.
What did you say?
That's not what I gathered from it.
But I didn't mean it.
You were right. I need him. No, not for me, but I need him for...
For what?
For the mirror. I need him for the mirror.
Got a cursed mirror.
Bring him right over. Right over.
Right over. Where even is she right now? I guess they don't live together. He's back in it. Uh-oh. Monty, you bastard, you sold me a cursed mirror.
You sold me a lemon.
Never seen you, Tony.
It was horrible.
Horrible? What are you talking about?
The mirror. It became transparent and I saw him.
You saw whom?
Potosi. And a woman he called Elena. And the man who died in the cupboard.
Ah, the cupboard. I located it for you if you wanted, Senor Tony.
No. I got a real good deal on a cursed cupboard for you, senor.
Tricks on your nerves?
Tricks?
If we could only know what these old pieces have seen of unhappiness, terrors, and fears.
But I saw it. It was no illusion. Tosi kept a man locked in a cupboard, and the man suffocated, and she opened the door of the cupboard, and her lover fell out dead. I saw it, Monty, I did. I know what I'm talking about. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yes, yes. Calm down. Please do.
But what is it, Monty? What is it? Am I insane?
No, I don't think you are.
Then what was it?
I've lived among old furniture all my life.
It's all cursed. Every piece of furniture is
They have
cursed.
their history, Signor Tonio. And when you take them into your home, you also invite their past to live with you.
What are you talking
Ooh,
about?
I like
This guy's
that.
also gonna tell him to go to
Use your
church.
voices in here.
Yes. And I saw murder.
I had that dream very often.
A dream? How could it have been a dream if I was standing on my feet? I've never even seen these people before except Potosi. And when I saw Potosi, he looked 30 years younger.
Will you please listen to me for a minute, Signor Tonio? Please. Don't be afraid anymore.
That's easy to say.
The mirror was a witness to a murder.
Of course it was.
For years, I've tried to explain to myself things which we call supernatural. I found an answer.
They are ghosts.
Call them ghosts, created by your imagination.
Imagination. I know what I have seen with my eyes.
Our visual impressions are created in our brain. You, Signor Tonio, have a fine receiver, like a radio.
Don't talk
Bro, you are
nonsense,
tuned
Monty.
in.
The
You should be
crime was
proud.
committed in front of the mirror. The murdered man left some of his energy engraved on the glass. You, a sensitive young
It's
man,
one of those recording
relived
mirrors.
the moments of his terror. You saw the ghosts.
I did, believe me.
Energy cannot be destroyed. It takes on different shapes, different emanations. I don't like the emanations of this desk.
This desk creeps me the hell out.
And I don't know why. I dislike the mirror. I knew that there was something evil dwelling in it.
I got bad
Though
vibes
only
from
you,
it.
Sensitive, suggestive, transformed its evil emanations into sound and vision. This is my explanation for so many ghost stories. Ghosts, Signor Tonio, exist only for the sensitive. You can't be hurt by them if
Wow.
you don't allow terror and fear to hurt you. You were alive. The antics of the dead cannot harm you.
Thank you, Monty.
Dismiss the evil
I hope I
ghosts from
talked
your
some
mind.
sense into you.
And if they should come again to haunt you, remember that they're only spirits that dwell in your brain.
Evil spirits.
Don't permit them to harm you.
I won't.
Good night.
Thank you, Monty.
That's why he gave him such a deal on that mirror.
Yeah.
Forgive me, the door was open.
Uh-oh.
No one answered when I rang, so I entered. You did good work finding the
Happy to
mirror.
see your death mirror,
I?
asshole.
What's the matter? You look a trifle upset.
I saw Mario die.
Mario, what are you talking about?
You drove Elena to insanity.
Elena? What do you know about Elena?
Ask the mirror. It might tell you. It told me.
The mirror?
You killed Mario. Where is Elena? Is she dead? You want this mirror, the only witness to your crime.
I'm an old man. Why should I lie to you?
Yeah, I want to get that
Your crime is
mirror on the witness stand and see what it has to
It
say.
is haunting me. I've been punished by my memory for years. I want to find peace. I will find peace. I needed this. The mirror. The witness I must destroy.
You don't mind if I break this up in your apartment, do you? What?
What?
Oh, shoot.
Wow. Huh.
What?
Well, that was abrupt.
That was it? Wow. My goodness. Well, that was Murder in the Mirror. So what do we think, Evan?
I think our most abrupt ending of the season.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, the most abrupt ending. And I mean, if we're getting into the rankings of the crimes, I gotta say that's pretty low on the totem pole for me. Again,
Yeah,
for
unfortunately, I think so.
for most interesting and most heinous, because usually the main character in these stories is embroiled in this thing, implicated in whatever's going on to the point that they usually commit some kind of crime. But this one, I guess, is kind of like the one with the
observer.
The one with the guy who looked through the window and saw the other apartment or whatever.
Yeah. It's just kind of this other party. Like
Yeah.
they set it up like it's gonna be something. He's having this money trouble.
Right.
And he can't afford his apartment or whatever. But that problem gets solved pretty quickly, and then it's just not, the episode's not about that anymore.
Yeah. That was like kind of each of these episodes is try to give a little bit of character development to its like protagonists in that way, with like they're having some kind of financial difficulty or some kind of trouble with their career, trying to like advance, they always try to give them that little story, and it's usually tied into whatever crime is committed. But yeah, here it all just kind of seems unrelated, really. Again, I don't.
It feels like a little bit of a cop out too for this
Yeah.
guy. Like he's looking for he's guilty, or he's feeling guilty because he killed this guy, and to find peace, instead of like turning himself in, admitting to murdering the guy,
He's got to
tracks down this
destroy the
mirror and
evidence.
then destroys it and himself. Like, okay, kind of took the easy way out, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It was a convenient way to wrap it all up very quickly. So definitely not the most care and attention when it came to the ending as some of these others. So where do you rank this in your definitive rankings
let
of
me
the most
find out.
heinous crimes? If you don't know, at home, Evan's got a running list of all. Let's see, that was
number 9.
Number 9. So all 9 crimes that we've witnessed up to this point. Evan's been keeping track of just what is the most heinous. And I mean, so far, I mean, on my most interesting scale, like I said, this one's pretty low. But where are you?
Pretty low. Could this be the least interesting? Could
Yeah.
it be?
Yeah, I think it's
it might be.
safe to say that this was the least
no.
interesting. Yeah, I mean,
sorry, Count. He came dead last.
He did. Well, I mean, he looked like a creepy count. It seemed like there was a lot of promise with this character coming in, and then he just, he was just feeling guilty about a murder. What kind of count is feeling guilty about a murder? Come on, be a little ruthless. You got to be ruthless to be a count. We all know it. So
Yeah, but better luck next time.
definitely would put that pretty low on the totem pole. So, I mean, luckily that's not the very last one that we have. Aren't you guys,
We
aren't
got
you everybody,
one
aren't
more
we
try.
all so blessed that we do have one more opportunity to see if the crime, if crime, any crime can beat either Lon Chaney's or any of the other ones that we've seen so far. Hopefully, I'd love for the last crime to be the best, the most interesting, but we'll see. We don't know. The title of the next episode is Black Nemesis. So doesn't really give a lot of clues, but it's kind of interesting. This show started with an episode called The Black Hand. So, just circle it all back around.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can I make a prediction?
Sure. Of course. Of
That
course you can.
that guy who had his hands stolen is gonna come back.
That would be really cool. I love they're never going to do this. But I'd love if they found a way in the very last episode to tie in all of the other 12 episodes into one big story. Oh man, that would be
It all
amazing.
crosses over in the last episode.
That would be too good. That would be too much advanced writing for this time. You're not getting a second season. Look, we can't even keep him sober past noon. We can't film with him anymore. He's a liability. I don't know. I don't know if he was on this particular set. Hopefully he was good, but then we haven't seen very much. This is the disappointing thing about this, and probably why you don't hear a lot about it, because you hear of this. There's a horror anthology series hosted by Lon Chaney Jr. You're like, oh, that sounds so cool. But then when you watch it and you realize he's just been cut out of most of it.
Technically hosted by.
Technically. And it's like, and now I'm really wondering, did they actually shoot scenes with him for each episode, or did they just like not get very much of him and just kind of splice what they could across 12 episodes? Either
is for an app.
Yeah, I mean that's very plausible. But I would like to think that there was more Lon Chaney Jr. stuff, and we're just seeing some truncated edit of it, and maybe somewhere out there is these full episodes of 13 Demon Street with all Lon Chaney's host segments. But I think that might be wishful thinking on my part. So I'm gonna keep my hopes up, though. You know me. I always, all these classic horror movies, you're always hoping there's going to be some new find, something you didn't know about, or something that's been kind of obscure, kind of talked about and kind of lost. You're like waiting to pop up.
Yeah.
Of course, the Holy Grail is. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm curious. What's the Holy Grail of?
The Holy Grail of all lost horror stuff is London After Midnight, which is a lost horror film with Lon Chaney Sr. And it's like probably the most sought after lost film of any genre. Like it's people have been wanting to find it for like decades, and it's just people are like pretty sure it's sitting in an attic or a garage somewhere. Nobody's been able to find it. The last copy like burned up in 1965, and they haven't been able to find a copy since. But there's hope.
That's what they've been working towards on Storage Wars.
Right. Exactly. That is what I would do Storage Wars for. If you just give me storage units full of old film cans, man, I will be all over that in a heartbeat. There are people who do that. I mean, and again, that's how Manos the Hands of Fate got restored, because the guy who did the restoration, I don't remember, I believe he was some kind of film student or worked at a film school and collected like old reels of film, and somebody had auctioned up just this big like box or multiple boxes, and so the guy went and checked it out, and then he looked and he saw a tape or a reel, and it was like Manos like work print or whatever. It's like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is so that's kind of what you always hope with some of this lost, especially horror media out there, that yeah, that somebody's just gonna snap it up in an auction and be like, what is this? Oh my god, this is London After Midnight, or whatever the case may be. So but
Yes, so maybe someday.
maybe someday, I mean, again, it's the only copies of this show that exist, of 13 Demon Street, that exist, are all produced by Something Weird Video, who they're great. That's the watermark that you see at the bottom of all these 13 Demon Street episodes, and they're a great distributor of like cult movies, cult television shows, just kind of all this, and a lot of like public domain stuff as well. This is public domain, but you can only find their copies with the watermark and the Swedish subtitles. So if the real ones are out there, I mean, we'll find them one day. But we've got one more installment of 13 Demon Street, our last one. And so we're gonna take a little break. Anything before we go to this break, Evan?
Nah. Save it.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, we still again a whole exciting final episode to get into. So we'll see how they can finish it off. But before that, we're gonna get a little break. We've broken up this Lon Chaney Jr. Bela Lugosi Red Skeleton comedy sketch. This is the final part of 4. Watched the first 2 last week. Third part at the beginning of this episode in our pre-roll. So now in this break, you're gonna get the last 4 minutes of this little Lon Chaney Jr. comedy sketch, and then when we come back, we're going to get into our final episode of 13 Demon Street. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Let's do the other one again.
We're lucky that the salesman came to our house and to our door. Yes, he's just what I've always wanted. Genuine, early American idiot.
I didn't know this was going to be such a tough territory. Oh, take it easy, boy. Put a pillow there, will you?
This is the moment I was always waiting for. Now I'm going to transfer that idiot into brilliant robot who knows the secret of the universe. And I'll make him tell me everything, and then I'm going to rule the world.
Look, Master, it moves.
Yes, our experiment is a success. I created a genius, and he's mine, all mine.
Mother.
Tell me the secret of the universe. What is the secret? Information. Give me the information. I must get the information. That's the information. What is it? He's here. I created a monster. Help, stop him. Wolfman, stop him.
Please, you're making enough noise to wake the living.
Thank you.
Get out! Please don't kill me! Please, save me! Someone save me!
Oh, for goodness sake, I'm supposed to be a horrible monster. How did you do it?
It's easy. I'm Bob Warren. I've been drinking Geritol all year.
It tastes good, too.
So she was just in the wall the whole time.
And we are back. So yeah, no, she was in a, I guess they're in like some kind of mausoleum or crypt or something. So she's like in a,
I think, are they in the morgue? Did they make a
maybe they're in a
mad
morgue
scientist lab in the morgue?
Yeah, something like that. Again, it's a sketch comedy show. They're not really trying to be too accurate with they're just trying to come up with something ghoulish. But yeah, you could see how like a physically aggressive Lon Chaney can be. Like,
Yeah, I'd be terrified to be on a set with that man.
to be on a live television
threw
set.
that guy across the room.
Yeah, man. I mean, he like you could tell Red Skeleton was like kind of like, oh, like you heard the audience go, ooh, like you really, if you go back and watch it, like they do, like you kind of hear the air get taken out of the room for a minute because everybody else realizes, like, you can tell by the look on Lon Chaney Jr.'s face, he's not playing either. He's like, boo. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, it would be scary to act against Lon Chaney Jr. on a live television broadcast. So yeah, and you can tell that whole sketch was falling off the rails. I don't know if you saw that one bit where like Lugosi forgot his line, or it's hard to tell if like that was scripted or if it was really genuinely like. But I mean, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
I don't believe he would actually forget his line.
No, I don't either. But Lon Chaney looked like he really, freaking pushed. I mean, we've seen Lon Chaney Jr. when we watched him in the Frankenstein television play adaptation. He was, I think there was a little kid, and he was just like picking him up, like yanking him around, and of course, he was famously aggressive with his co-star in The Wolfman. Like she and him like co-starred in like maybe like almost a dozen movies together, and she hated him. But like that was one thing on The Wolfman. He would like grab her and shake her so hard and really like snarl in her face because he just he liked to be
acting. He's really selling it. It's funny how gentle he was with that chair when he's just manhandling every other actor on set.
Right, yeah. It's like, oh well, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for, breaking a prop, but
I can't break this chair, but I'll break my co-star.
And they better be able to take it. This is acting. This is acting, sucker. Yeah, I mean, again, as we've talked about, Lon Chaney Jr. is definitely David Harbour III in Frankenstein's Monster Frankenstein. He is kind of just in awe of what his father did and can't get over it to the point that it's like, all right, guy, you're becoming a bit of a bore. Okay. So, but we enjoy, we love Lon Chaney Jr. We love him on the show.
I love his antics.
Oh yeah.
Love it when he's the the offensive lineman of the stage, you could say.
Oh yeah. He's definitely to be feared. That's for sure.
Yeah. The director starts calling out 222, 420.
Yeah,
Act.
Forced to be reckoned with on the acting field, man. You wouldn't believe. But we're gonna see. Hopefully, he will show up in this last episode of 13 Demon Street.
I really hope he does.
We're on our last one, and our fingers are crossed. Yeah, because when he does show up. When he shows up in these,
he looked so disheveled in the last episode.
He did, yeah. And I mean, we didn't see him for very long, obviously, but he was disheveled. And
I think that's the real crime of this show, is the underutilization of Lon Chaney.
That's the most heinous crime of all. You paid money to have Lon Chaney Jr. host the show, and yet he's not really the host. Yeah, I think that definitely is the heinous crime.
Yeah, that's the one to beat.
Well, we'll see. We've got one more chance, and the title again of the final episode of 13 Demon Street is Black Nemesis, and I'll send you the link. Anything before we get into this? This is our final mini-sode of season 7, our final episode. So we're gonna see if they can bring it home.
Yeah, just this one's it. This is for all the marbles.
All the marbles. Most heinous. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yeah. Right. Would you rather this one be more heinous than our most heinous, or more interesting than our most interesting?
I'd like more heinous. Because I feel like we've had a lot of interesting ones. I don't know that we've had any. Again, to me, the first one is particularly heinous.
Do you think that's more heinous or more interesting?
Let's dissect it at the very end of this episode. Okay. I think we will make our definitive statements on it at the conclusion of this. I think we'll have a pretty good idea of where we stand.
We'll build our cases, and then we'll convene the court.
Precisely. Well, on that note, Evan, I'm going to send you the link because I realize you don't have it. So let me get you a that. There's that. Okay, and I got you back here. And here is this. Okay. All right. You got it queued up?
I do. And
I'm going to fix this source real quick like. Just make it a little bigger so it fills out the. Here we go. Okay, all right, then we are going to go and get into our final episode of 13 Demon Street, right? Titled Black Nemesis, right now. Oh man, our last trip to 13 Demon Street. Enjoy the thunder and the wind while you can.
Yeah.
Spooky door. It really is. Gotten used to these dark and stormy Wednesday nights, you know? Svartam. I can't speak Swedish.
It is said that no greater outrage was ever committed by any mortal. But, should I find a crime more heinous, my terrible punishment will end. Come with me and judge for yourself.
I swear.
That's it. That's
That's
all we're
it. That's
gonna
all
get
we
'em.
get.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh my God, that hat.
This medium's open late.
He's the Wendy's of mediums.
You get that late night craving to speak to your
She's gone.
dead daughter.
It was wonderful, Monsieur Harriman, talking to her again.
Can I also get the spicy nuggets?
The ketchup was gonna be extra.
What are you looking for? Hidden wires?
Helen, those poor old people really believed they were talking to their daughter.
Well, so they were.
She's been dead for years.
Not her spirit. She still lives in the world beyond, and we can talk to her through Miss Yarmouth. Isn't it wonderful?
Meanwhile, Monsieur Harriman isn't about taking their badly needed money, I see.
Well, he's certainly entitled to. Imagine. He knows all about the stars, and he can commune with the departed spirits.
Don't mind me, just casually eavesdropping back here.
So, perhaps Madame would be interested in a reading?
Yes, do it. Claire?
I'm afraid not.
Might one know the reason?
I have no faith in it.
Faith need not be blind. Perhaps I could make Madame see.
I'm sure my husband wouldn't approve.
Your husband?
Dr. Robert Everett Standish. Surely you've heard of him.
My husband is a surgeon, Monsieur
Surely you've heard
He
of
doesn't
him.
hold with mysticism.
And I, Madame,
Dr.
know nothing of
Standish.
medicine. May we anticipate the pleasure of seeing you here again?
I doubt it, Monsieur.
More the pity. May fortune smile upon you.
I don't mean that. God, what kind of... Look at the shape of that book. It's so... Like...
It's a hefty book.
It's a hefty book, but it's...
Robert Everett Standish.
God, those words gotta be so tiny.
Neurosurgeon, Royal College of Surgeons. Wife, Claire Elizabeth. Chief Surgeon, St. Mary's Hospital, active in various philanthropic ventures. Inherited the Everett Standish fortune.
Man, psychics must really... It must be easy for them today, right? Instead of pulling out a big book, all you gotta do is get this thing and... Look up somebody's whole life. Boom.
Double 0. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. And no more bets. The wheel is turning.
Mm-hmm.
13, black. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Bet it all on black.
And no more bets. The wheel is turning. Number 7, red.
All right, Bernie, you got me in here. What do you want?
A nice round number.
Ethan's in the house over on YouTube. What's good, Ethan? We are on our last episode of 13 Demon Street right now.
Not soon enough.
Sad to see it go, unfortunately.
A little luck.
Here? Your luck has run out, all of it.
No, listen. I've just made contact with a new client.
I've heard that before.
No. But this one will pay, I swear.
Who?
The wife of Dr. Robert Everett Standish.
Charlie.
Loaded.
Loaded.
I'll give you 2 weeks. 2 more weeks to start paying up. £100 a week. If you can't, then you and I will have another little talk.
Dang, this medium's got himself a little gambling debt.
Yeah,
Yes.
you'd think being able to see the future would make you pretty good at roulette.
Unless perhaps
That's all right, Harry.
he couldn't be pretending to be a medium.
Call me
Who would
Bernie.
do such a
What?
thing?
I feel the spirit presence here.
Oh, so can I.
Do not fight them. Let them take possession.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the spirit vibration.
Let them guide your hand.
Nice.
I feel the spirit presence leaving.
You think people still do this nowadays?
May I look?
There is a message for you. It will be written there.
Probably.
Well, there's something there.
I mean, there's like a
can't quite
whole
make it out.
industry of,
A message
you know, mediums.
given by automatic, right?
Or
Must be.
I know.
fortune
I heard
teller, I don't really
multiple
know what you call
people
them nowadays.
bringing up recently, like that there was some ad, maybe it was for California psychics, like guaranteeing, like a positive reading, and like
I shall be back.
they're like, how can they guarantee? Like my dad was like, one of them, like, how can they guarantee that?
I love that. I love that ad.
I can't believe they're allowed to do that. I'm like, what do you? I mean, why not? Like they can do whatever they want.
But I
Like,
can't.
have they never been able to do that? No.
You better come up with the dough by the deadline, or you won't be needing money at all. We have ways of making things plenty rough on loaches like you.
You don't understand.
You're not gonna need money. You're gonna need a body bag.
When they were in the casino office, was there a wall
Does it
full
come
of
to
spears?
Yeah, it
Did
wasn't
I see that right?
properly
Is that
decorated.
how they
Perhaps it
make
is
people
not
pay?
Ever since poor Albert Payne
I
was
don't
next
know.
to the
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
haven't
think
seen
so.
all that. It's like
I think those are
nothing
definitely their
possible.
torture devices
But
to
my
intimidate
HVG,
people
the V
who don't
for Victoria.
pay.
It couldn't be poor Albert. so
Listen,
could it?
Jack, we'll put the spears to you.
I know who it is. Claire Stanley.
Yeah, Ethan, this is prime time right now. Halloween is the Halloween's our time to shine. We're loving
I
it.
did not know.
But what on earth
Favorite
did
time of the
spirit
year.
vibrations make me write her initials for?
Perhaps it is some message for her.
Well, that must be it, I suppose.
Have you spoken to her about coming back here again?
Oh, I've tried everything, but she hears nothing of it.
Oh, the pity.
She thinks I'm very foolish.
And about this message you just received.
I know, I would try again, but she's forbidden me to talk about it. Absolutely forbidden. Oh, I must leave now. You see, Monsieur Aramet, it isn't like with me. Claire has no reason to talk to the spirit world. Bye.
Bro, just marry her. Try to get all her money. This long con is gonna take way too long. You need money now.
Dr. Standish here? Yes. Yes, I understand. Of course. Right away.
What is it?
The hospital.
Oh, darling, not again.
I'm afraid so. Emergency.
I'll make you a cup of tea. Call a taxi.
No time for that. I
I take a taxi in Sloane Street.
There's no time for a taxi. I'm gonna run to the hospital.
No, Ethan, I have not heard of that. That's wild.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
I have not heard of that. Casa Daga. Ah, that's cool. That's interesting to think about.
Welcome to Psychic City.
Oh, I like that name. That's a good name for branding. Psychic City is where it's at. That's wild. That's cool. I'm definitely gonna be looking that up after this.
I beg of you. Please, Helen, don't
Learn something new every day. Thank you, Ethan.
Oh, Claire, I'll never forgive myself. If only I had come to you when I got that message, that awful accident might never have happened.
You know I don't believe that. You have no reason to blame yourself.
But don't you see? It might have been a warning.
I mean, this is pretty bad. This psychic killer.
I know. You think I'm foolish. But really, Claire, Monsieur Aramis says that the spirit world is urgently trying to contact you.
I feel like I've seen that plot before. I'm trying to remember where I've seen it.
You shouldn't underestimate him, Claire.
With a
Even
psychic,
Churchill
specifically?
believed in him.
Well, a psychic or like a spiritualist who's really just like committing the crimes to make it seem like, you know, his predictions are coming true.
Monsieur Aramis says it's all
okay,
right to be an honest doubter if you don't close your mind. You might be shutting out the most vital thing in your whole life.
All right, Helen. I'll go with you to talk to Monsieur Aramis.
It takes great
Nice.
courage
Well,
to face the unknown.
I shouldn't say nice,
Monsieur
but
Aramis,
I mean,
should be completely
nice
honest
veil
with you.
though.
I should expect
She's in mourning.
I came here only because I promised Mrs. Gardner.
I see.
I do not believe that you have special powers to make contact with departed spirits.
As you wish. But there are forces in the world beyond trying to commune with you.
You are intimating that my husband wants to communicate
We're gonna
with me.
try anyway.
He never believed in spirit communication when he was alive. Why should he now he is dead?
A man may keep his eyes closed throughout his life.
Well, now he's a
May say
spirit.
to himself,
Yeah, you know, it's just
I will see nothing.
your whole world opens up when you're in the spirit realm.
He does open them.
You must forgive me, Monsieur Aramis. But I cannot accept the fact that you are able to communicate with spirits. Nothing you have said has convinced me.
Wait. There is a message for you from beyond. When the fruit of man's labor, meant to be high up, is underfoot, then you, the doubter, shall walk with regret upon hallowed ground.
Good day, Monsieur Aramis.
May fortune smile upon you.
The message is, I should have let you call me that taxi.
It's all right, ladies. You can't hurt it.
That's very good. Uh-oh. Blasphemy.
Claire, you did it. What? What Aramis said you do. The fruit of man's labor underfoot. And a picture is certainly meant to be up high, and a grave is hallowed ground, you'll admit. And you didn't want to do it, you did it with regret. How can you doubt Aramis now?
Oh, that's cool. That should be a TV show, man. A bunch of psychics hanging out in a haunted hotel. Oh, I'd watch that. Oh, I'd watch that in a heartbeat. That one was a little too easy.
In on the grift.
Yeah.
This is,
Hey, can you just sit outside
This
my
is a
stoop
long
and
time.
draw some chalk pictures? What is that? Don't tell me that's like a sheet ghost. I mean, he's got it all rigged up. Oh, he's got a projector and everything. Ooh. Oh, okay, cool. Gotta have sound effects.
It's
Nice.
a ghost.
He just needs like what is it? Is it a loop pedal or what is it that guitar? Somebody, yeah, guitarists, don't they have like a pedal that they like can just
You hear that, Charlie?
hit the things
Right
with their
the first
feet,
time,
change
and without
things?
a crystal bowl.
Like a pipe organ.
Yeah, sure. I don't know instruments, man.
What now? You haven't forgotten, have you? Tonight's the night.
Yeah, look at these
3
Swedish
hours,
gangsters.
your time's up.
All right, all right.
Bernie thought it might be friendly to keep you company the last few hours.
Kind of see that you didn't get yourself lost in the big wide world.
And if you were thinking of the world beyond, me and Charlie would like to help you get there.
My subject is coming here in less than an hour. You can't stay.
And the money?
I get my payment at midnight. You'll get yours then.
All right, Mastermind. We'll be waiting. Down the alley.
Well, you bought yourself a little bit more time. Should have invited
sit
them
in the alley.
to sit in on it and just scare the hell out of those guys. Don't fuck with me, fellas.
Presence is growing stronger. Stronger. Spirits are with us.
Claire! Claire! If my husband is really here, I want to see him.
The vibrations are strong, but materialization is difficult. Your husband's spirit is among us.
Claire! I am here. It is difficult to maintain contact. I have important things to tell you. You must come again. Robert.
She's buying it.
Here, let me see
She's
you.
buying it.
We shall try materialization.
Claire, give all of our money to the psychic.
Ectoplasm is controlled through an etheric line. It may be broken by the slightest tremor or vibration in the ether.
What?
Stay. Monsieur Aramis.
The connection line is broken.
Can't you get it back?
It is a great strain.
Please.
We shall make the attempt. I have not strength left to make the contact.
Monsieur.
Not now, dear. Monsieur Aramet is exhausted. We'll come again.
Tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to ask him. He helped so many others.
Well, he must stay with me and Robert. Just for a few days until I'm sure.
I don't know if he can.
Well, if I pay him well, if I leave enough now to pay for everything, don't you think he'll do it?
Perhaps.
I'll leave enough.
Talking about him like he's not even just sitting right there.
Don't you think?
He's passed out.
He's out. He's not here.
Sitting
anymore.
up. He'll wake
now,
up for this
Monsieur
money.
Aramet. We'll come back again tomorrow.
May fortune smile upon
Got him. Can't wait to see how he's about to get got, though. You know he's about to get got.
Yeah. It's almost over.
Almost midnight, chum.
I have your money for you. Ectoplasm.
What?
I didn't mean to kill you.
Uh.
I didn't mean to kill you. No, go away. I didn't mean to kill you. I didn't mean to kill you. No. Go away.
Uh-oh. What?
You saw him burn, he pulled a gun on us. Let's get out of here.
What? Nice. Yep, gotta get that money. Wait, what? That was it?
That's it. That's the end. And no Lon Chaney.
Wow. Zero Lon Chaney, basically. Wow.
Man.
So that was the final episode of 13 Beat Street. Crazy. Well, that was Black Nemesis. So what did we think, Evan?
I'm not sure if I get the title.
No, I don't get it at all. Not one bit.
Okay, hang on. So Nemesis is the goddess who personifies retribution for the sin of hubris.
Does that apply here?
Does that apply? Was he being...
I mean, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't get the title. I really don't.
I think you probably have to have a little bit of hubris to be a psychic in general.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I don't know if you call it hubris, but you got to have a whole lot of something to go and kill somebody to make it look like one of your psychic predictions came true. So that's,
Yeah.
Something to be said for this guy. I will definitely say another abrupt ending that I'm not like crazy about, but that was definitely an improvement over the first episode that we watched tonight.
Yeah, I really liked it kind of up until the ending was a little abrupt, but
yeah, rushed. It was a rush job for sure. And again, I don't know if they're cutting stuff out or if they didn't shoot enough to make it, they didn't actually shoot anything. I don't know. But
yeah, it also retaining some of the ambiguity that we've seen in this series so far. Like, it could have been that it was supposed to be the actual ghost, or it could have just been his thing went
just
off again.
right, which entirely plausible. This show does love logical explanations. Was it or what? All that stuff.
Good old Kurt.
Good old Kurt. But it was weird. I was like paying attention to the credits, at least for that last one. He didn't direct it. I don't think he wrote this one either. So I know most of the first ones he wrote and directed, but it seemed like some of the ones that we've seen in the back half, maybe he didn't have as much to do with, which would maybe explain the varying quality of some of the, I would say now we can kind of do a little bit of a post-mortem on the 13 Demon Street as a whole. And I would say that it started out really strong. I
think so.
I'm not crazy about the second episode, but definitely the first 3, 4, 5, 6 were pretty good. And then as we got into the last few, it was hit or miss.
The last few dipped a little bit,
They
but
did.
still it's a good show. I mean, this out of all the shows that we've seen on this show so far,
Would you
this
say?
one probably my favorite, honestly.
Well, okay, so you would say definitely, and I would agree, it's definitely an improvement on the Veil. But would you also say better than One Step Beyond?
That's a hard choice, but yeah, maybe I think I might just personally.
The stories are a little better here. They're gruesome, right? They're actually
Yeah.
horror stories, where in One Step Beyond, it's their loose definition of the word paranormal is a little frustrating from time to time. You're like, wait, that was it? Like nothing really happened. Um which again, to be fair, some of these episodes were like that. But on the whole, it was there was some pretty inventive stories and sometimes some complex characters or some surprises or twists that you weren't expecting. So it definitely has more of a quality than we've gotten from the other shows that we've watched. But it's also, as we've seen, it's a very variable kind of varying quality. It can
Yeah,
be hit
and
or
I
miss.
I would I would say that out of the hosts we've had so far, this one might unfortunately rank at the bottom just because we never see the host.
Cause yeah, and whether it was
Just
because he was,
not in.
yeah, either he was cut out or they just didn't have enough footage of him to actually build his host segments. I don't know what the case was, but yeah, I would definitely agree with you there that host wise, this has not been the most satisfying because I mean when he was given more to do, I mean he Lon Chaney Jr. is like any of those horror guys. Like he's interesting. Now is he as interesting as Karloff or Lugosi? Again, maybe not quite as much. If you we've done the tier list kind of before, and you don't necessarily put him on the same rung as Karloff and Lugosi, but he's still magnetic to watch, and he's still a captivating performer. Um, we just didn't get enough of him in this show to really know if he could host something like this well, because it was cut to hell. So but what we got of him was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. And so what's your overall take on the crimes? Now we had 10 crimes. Of course, we had 13 episodes. To clarify, those of you who maybe haven't been keeping track at home, 3 of the episodes were edited into an anthology movie, which is public domain, and we'll be watching later in the show a few seasons from now. We're gonna get time to breathe, and then we'll come back to it. So we only got 10 of the 13 crimes, but of the 10 we
Yeah, for
got,
our purposes, those other 3 just don't count.
they exist in a different universe. They really basically do. The story is completely different from the show. So in the movie. So but we'll see that when we see that. We've got 10 crimes. Evan, what's your grand take on all of this macabre
Well,
mayhem?
last week we kind of went through them all, and I think we kind of landed on both our most heinous and our most interesting crimes, and I was kind of hoping that we might shake up the rankings tonight. I don't think we did. I think the top contender just remains the top contender, the winner maybe.
Yep. Which that would be, you want to crown our winner?
I guess there's 2. So I think last week we said, or at least the way I remember, we said that the most interesting crime was the first one,
Yeah, I believe
in
that's how I
which
remember.
the surgeon steals a man's hands
Right.
to continue to do surgery, which is
Pretty
just
gruesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Gruesome and amazing.
Absurd. Yeah.
The most heinous was when a man was uh he got a wedding gift as a or he sorry he got a voodoo doll as a wedding gift and immediately uses it to kill his annoying coworker, his boss, and almost his wife so he can cheat on her. So that was pretty bad.
God, yeah, I guess we did say that that was the most heinous. Yeah, my mind's always going to interesting, right? Because it's like, yeah, that one wasn't as interesting, but definitely you're right. Like he killed 3 people. He was
He
gonna
was just out.
Yeah.
And if she didn't stop him, she probably would have killed a lot more.
And
He was
also,
going ham with that voodoo doll.
and that ending is what makes that one like also just a good episode as well.
Very
Like
satisfying.
part of it to me was a little like formulaic, but the whole the level of what's going on, I think you're right. It rises to the level of most heinous. I mean, again, interesting up there. Again, you've got the man killing plant. You've got the the Book of Ghouls. You've got a lot of
That was a
interesting
highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Got
interesting
a lot of good episodes.
stories in the show, but you do also just have like bodies piling up in some stories, and it may not be as interesting as a Book of Ghouls or a man killing plant, but it's still murder, and it's still in that case, it was just pretty ruthless. So
Yeah, that guy sucked.
he did. He
Just a
really
bad
did. He
dude.
got what he deserved at the end.
Yeah. Now that one was that was definitely some hubris.
Yeah, I would say without a doubt. That guy was being pretty bold.
That guy got hoisted.
Yeah, he did. It does seem like that was kind of the story that for at least 4 of these kind of have a similar story of somebody who is like desires something else, and they like I don't know. I don't know. The last one that we watched, the second one that we watched, there's a couple of these that were just very similar to me in the concept of just looking into something or at something and seeing a crime. And I guess it was the next to last one that we watched, not the last one that we watched, the one with the mirror. So I
Yeah, which we also had the one we had the telescope, which was
that
kind of similar to that one.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? There was that, yeah. So those tended to be the weaker ones to me, just because they're all kind of similar and just like, and and then the person dies. Like, I don't know, it's just not very exciting. But we got some pretty good stuff with 13 Demon Street, so I'm happy that we got to dig into that for season 7. It was good to, get a little, hey, a little Swedish offering. Was trying something a little different. So next season we'll be back to a serial for our minisodes. I don't know what yet, but we'll try to
looking forward to it.
Try to find something that's exciting, but I can probably guarantee you that it's mostly going to be people running around in a circle for 12 episodes. That's, pretty much what those serials are.
We're used to it. We love it.
We figured it out. We know what they are. We do love it. We enjoy it. They, for what do they lack in story, they more than make up for in costume set design and modeling, yeah, cliffhangers, special effects, all of it. You gotta love it. So we'll see what we can dig up for you guys next season for the minisodes, but we still have one final episode of the mainstream to get out of the way for season 7. And that's going to be this Friday at 9 p.m. We've got a double feature lined up. And because it's a double feature, we're going to be starting 1 hour earlier. We're going to be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube, just because, I mean, and again, they're shorter movies. They're not. I think last week we had the longest movie we've had on the stream, and probably our longest episode of nothing else than technical difficulties, but it still was a long movie. We've got some pretty short movies this week, but we were spread it out and kind of celebrate the Halloween season and the movies, and also just the fact that we're 7 seasons in, and that we'll be, what we're starting with, what episode number we're starting with on Friday, right? Do you know
what episode number?
Yeah, do you know?
Is it 69? Is that where we're at?
Episode number 69. And of course, this is what I've been saving it for.
Wow,
I always intended to save House on Haunted Hill
our
to be
sexiest episode yet.
Sexiest episode, sexiest movie. I mean, Vincent Price just exudes sex appeal in House on Haunted Hill. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, no, this movie, I have been waiting to show this movie on the stream since we started this stream. I love this movie. I've been waiting to show it, so this is the time. And so yeah, just a coincidence that it's episode number 69. It's not that I'm just so horny for this movie. I might be. And then episode number 70, as we always do, we finish off the seasons with a Lugosi movie. So we're gonna be wrapping it up with The Corpse Vanishes, which I've seen bits and pieces of. I've never watched it all the way through, but it's like primetime Poverty Row Lugosi, like right smack dab in the middle of his time at Poverty Row. So it's a nice little absurd shocker. It doesn't make any sense. It's he sleeps in a coffin. He's a mad scientist who sleeps in a coffin.
Okay, so it's a bit like that sketch we were watching earlier.
Yeah, it's just kind of a hodgepodge of elements that don't really make sense or add up in any way, but it's fun. It's a good Poverty Row outing, and again, a fun.
Is he a mad scientist? Is he a vampire? Who cares?
Who knows? Who cares? That's right. Who cares? No, both of these movies that we're gonna be watching on Friday are perfect for Halloween. They're perfect for this time of year. So really, really excited to be breaking into those on Friday. Of course, Evan's gonna be breaking out the bottles on Friday. With now you don't have any kind of formal thing. Do you still want me to introduce the
Sure, just in case anyone wants to play along at home.
Well, every week Evan brings us some delicious beverages to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which we call
What were you drinking?
What are we going to be drinking on Friday, Evan?
So we've got a little bit of a tradition going here on the show that I guess this is really just the second time we've done it, but I think that makes it a tradition.
Sure,
now.
yeah,
gonna
absolutely.
Seal this one in there.
More than once is a tradition.
Anytime we have Vincent Price on, which is unfortunately not very often.
Yeah, he didn't make too many that ended up in public domain, but
yeah, but he was known as a connoisseur of wine. He was a wine guy, and he especially liked California wine, and so that's what we're gonna be drinking. We're gonna have a little California wine tasting. So pick up a nice red, pick up a nice white. Join us on Friday. We're going to give it a try.
Okay, very nice. I'm not much of a wine guy, but when we're indulging in some Vincent Price, I got to get a little more elegant. I get a little bit more sophisticated, you know.
Channel our inner Vincent.
He was a man of very fine taste, not just when it came to wine, but when it came to art and the culture. I mean, he's just a very you know, this is very sophisticated fellow. For sure. So we'll be channeling our inner Vincent Prices on Friday. So you can join us at 8 p.m. Eastern for that. Of course, you will be able to watch that, like we said, over on Twitch or YouTube. We're on Twitch at Scream Stream Show, over on YouTube at Scream Stream Live. You can go over there. Check out all of our past episodes. Of course, like and subscribe. We've got tons of Lugosi and a little bit of Karloff and a little bit of Vincent Price. You know, it's like a lot of Lugosi, a little bit of everybody else. That's what we've got over on the channel. So you can go indulge in all of that good stuff over there. Of course, if you want to keep track of what we're going to be showing or what we're going to be drinking or just following anything that's going on with the show, you can go over to our social pages. We're over on TikTok and X and Instagram at Scream Stream Show. Of course, you can find me over on X at Spakenstein, and Mr. Evan Sink is on X and Instagram at Caligari Cursed. Anything before we sign off on our season 7 mini-sodes, Evan?
Do you think that the Black Nemesis was just half of the roulette wheel? Like, none of this would have happened if he just picked red.
I guess, but that's a little heavy-handed, don't you think? Something, food for thought.
Not as heavy as stealing someone's hand.
That's our big takeaway. Well, until Friday, sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.